Welcome to Easy Time Solutions video training series over the Easy Clocking Time and Attendance System. This session is going to discuss the review and approval of the time card. If you have not watched the tutorial on how to manage the time card prior to approval, please make sure you check out that video on this page. At this point, we're going with the assumption that all of the times have been accounted for and tracked properly and labeled properly before we review and approve the time card. What we're going to deal with here is down the bottom right-hand corner. If an employee does have the ability to manage their own time card, they will have this option in the employee portal portion of the website and will be able to edit their card themselves as well as give the final review. If they cannot manage their own card, then a manager level will need to manage that card and go through the first review process, and they will be able to edit that from an admin page. The functions both act the same way. It's simply who has the ability to edit. In this case, the manager has the ability to edit the time card, and so we are going to go ahead and click on Pending Review and click on Reviewed. Here we're going to go through a couple more steps. First off, it's going to ask to double check about the out-of-shift status. Are these statuses actually approved, or do they still need to be approved? If they are in fact correct, go ahead and click Submit. Depending upon the settings, you're going to see several variations of this screen. In this case, we have our settings set that the time wants to go to comp time, but it wants us to approve that first. So here it says comp time approval. We have a list of overtime, double time, and our total number of hours. And we have the number of hours available listed here and the number of hours requested here. Then we have the approve. If we leave these hours as 0, the total number of hours under available overtime are going to move to comp time, unless you have met the maximum number of hours of comp time that are allowed to be accrued. Then it will force you to take the overtime. If you select only a portion or the total number of hours here under Approve, it will push them over to overtime and pay out as overtime. The second portion of the screen we see is a cash out request. If this is permitted, you can see the number of comp time hours available, and you can cash out the number of hours up to the number of hours available. Again, this is all dependent upon the rules of your employer. Once those have been selected appropriately, we can click Submit. The first step of the approval process has been completed. At the bottom, the button that formerly said Pending Review has now changed to Reviewed, and you'll see the icons along the totals have changed to a spyglass reviewing a page. From here, we now step up to another level of administrative review. Perhaps this is a department head or another level of supervisor that is going to approve the final step. Once we have gone through the reviewed process, it is as simple as checking over the time cards, clicking on the Reviewed button, and approve and lock the time card. While this will give us an icon of the little lock, we can always step back as an administrative level and unlock the time card if we do find that something is erroneous and needs to be fixed. From here, top-level administrator can walk back through the same process. It will give you all of the same requests as before. In addition to being able to do this on an individual